The storm surrounding Michelle Keegan after her Fool Me Once Netflix success has finally erupted. The 38-year-old actress's secret ITV approach for a Coronation Street return, plans to resurrect the Tina McIntyre character, and new mother Michelle's career-reshaping decisions have created major upheaval in the showbiz world. So will Michelle Keegan really return to Coronation Street? According to backstage whispers, the situation is far more complex than we imagined. 2024 was a career pinnacle year for Michelle Keegan. Her Maya Stern performance in Fool Me Once made her a globally recognized star. However, Michelle, who gave birth to her daughter Palma in March, is now trying to balance motherhood and career. The Bond girl rumors following this success have started filling Michelle's agenda. Hollywood offers and ITV's secret approach have left Michelle at a difficult decision point. The happy marriage she built with Mark Wright and their newborn baby Palma have completely changed Michelle's priorities. Michelle is now thinking not just for herself, but for her family. Every decision also affects Palma's future, says someone from her close circle, but the biggest shock was yet to come. Secret meetings ITV executives had with Michelle show it's possible to bring Tina McIntyre back from the dead. In a secret meeting held in Manchester in August, ITV's top executives met with Michelle. The amount of the offer put on the table in this meeting would be one of the biggest comeback deals in soap opera history. According to sources, ITV offered Michelle £2 million annually. This figure is even above William Roach, Coronation Street's highest-paid actor. ITV is ready to do anything to get Michelle back. This offer shows how valuable she is, says someone from set sources, but money is only one side of the story. What's really interesting is how ITV plans to resurrect Tina McIntyre. Death isn't a definitive end in the soap opera world, but Tina's situation is particularly challenging because her death by falling from a balcony in 2014 was shown very clearly. Of course, nothing is impossible for soap opera writers. Classic soap twists like twin sister, plastic surgery, or even she never actually died are on the table. These creative solutions are elements that both amuse and worry Michelle. This is exactly when everything changed. Michelle's Netflix success caught the attention not only of Hollywood, but also British television. ITV's offer isn't limited to just returning to Coronation Street. A new drama series specially written for Michelle, production company partnership, and her own brand deals are also part of the package. ITV sees Michelle not just as an actor, but as a brand. She's no longer just Tina McIntyre, but a global star, says a source from the television industry. This approach greatly increases Michelle's bargaining power. However, the biggest concern in Michelle's mind is the effect of this return on family life. Mark Wright supports his wife's offer, but has some conditions. Mark wants Michelle's happiness but emphasizes that Palma needs to be considered too, says someone from the family circle. Coronation Street filming in Manchester is far from Michelle's home in Essex. This also means long separations and factors that make family balance difficult. You haven't seen the biggest surprise yet. Michelle's return decision will affect not just her but the entire soap opera world. If Michelle really returns, this could set an example for other big names to return to soap operas. Rival shows like EastEnders and Emmerdale could also join the race to bring back their own former stars. Michelle's return could create a domino effect in the soap opera industry. Everyone will start looking for their own former stars, says a television analyst. This could also lead to wage inflation and new standards in actor negotiations. ITV's Michelle offer is also part of the company's strategy in the streaming war. They need big names to compete with platforms like Netflix and Amazon. Michelle's Fool Me Once success showed ITV her global appeal. She now has a worldwide fan base, not just British viewers. This situation gives Michelle a huge advantage at the negotiating table. She now knows ITV needs her. This power balance has completely changed, says an industry expert. Wait, don't miss this detail. Michelle's decision isn't just affected by money, but also personal satisfaction. When Michelle left Coronation Street in 2014, she experienced future anxiety. "I thought I would never find work again," she had said at the time. Now she's in a completely different position, able to choose. Michelle no longer needs Tina McIntyre. This return, if it happens, will be entirely of her own will, says a close friend. This situation could allow Michelle to approach the character with a different perspective. Tina McIntyre's story between 2008-2014 was one of Coronation Street's most popular periods. Michelle's performance had put the character among the show's legendary names. But the return isn't easy. Playing the same character after 11 years is a big challenge for both Michelle and viewers. There are questions like, will viewers accept her change? How will character development be? Now what you've seen is nothing. Michelle's decision will also affect Mark Wright's career. Mark is currently shuttling between Los Angeles and England. If Michelle returns to Coronation Street, Mark may also need to reconsider his plans. Mark supports Michelle's career but also has to think about his own projects. They both have busy schedules, says a source with close knowledge of the couple. However, their strong marriage shows they can overcome such challenges. Michelle's mother Jackie and Mark's family are also involved in this process. They're ready to provide support in caring for baby Palma, which increases Michelle's work flexibility. ITV's offer also gives Michelle flexibility in weekly filming schedule. Unlike traditional soap opera filming, a special program could be arranged for Michelle. Another dimension of this situation is Michelle's management team. Hollywood agencies are concerned that her return to England might limit opportunities in America. Michelle's managers think returning to Coronation Street could be a risk for her global career, but ultimately the decision is Michelle's, says someone from Hollywood sources. These conflicting advice makes Michelle's decision even more difficult. No one knew this was just the beginning. Michelle's return decision could be one of the turning points in British television history. If the deal is realized, Michelle's return to Tina McIntyre will happen at the end of 2025 or the beginning of 2026. This also gives writers time to plan how to bring the character back. Soap opera fans are already producing theories. From classic soap twists like Tina never actually died, she had a twin sister, to more modern approaches like she was in a coma. Every kind of scenario is on the table. ITV's creative team is focused on making Michelle's return as believable as possible. Viewers missed Michelle a lot, but they'll want a logical explanation, says someone from the production team. Michelle herself is aware of this situation. If I return, I want to present a story that respects viewers. It should be a return worthy of the character, not just for ratings, is what she's reportedly thinking. Meanwhile, Coronation Street's current actors are also excitedly welcoming Michelle's return possibility. Especially her former partner Jack P. Shepherd, David Platt, is happy about the possibility of working with Michelle again. The decisions ahead for Michelle Keegan will determine the course of both her personal and professional life. Whether the 38-year-old actress accepts ITV's offer could affect not just her but the future of all British television. New mother Michelle's priorities have changed, but her career is also at its peak. The strong marriage she built with Mark Wright and the presence of baby Palma make every decision more important. Of course, ITV won't give up easily on this matter. Bringing Michelle back would be a huge gain in terms of both ratings and prestige. According to the latest information we received from behind the scenes, Michelle will make her final decision in October. We'll all see together what this decision will be. One thing is certain, Michelle Keegan's story isn't over yet. The decision she makes in 2025 will be a turning point both in her own career and in British television history. So what do you think? Should Michelle Keegan return to Coronation Street as Tina McIntyre, or should she focus on her Hollywood career? Does this return make sense after 11 years? Share your thoughts in the comments, and we'll continue to closely follow all developments.